Alright, so we're now on the last section of our notes, which is finding a selling price slash markup in a store. Okay, so this can come in handy when you're trying to figure out, okay, if you know how much a store, how much a store paid for an item, how much did they have to mark up that price, and how much are you actually having to pay extra. It comes in handy when, let's say, you're trying to either buy, I keep thinking a pair of Vans because there's a pair of Vans sitting right next to me. If you're trying to buy a pair of Vans at the Vans store versus buying a pair of Vans at Macy's, because I know Macy's sells Vans. So whether you would buy it at Macy's or whether you'd buy it at the Vans store depends on how much each store, how much they've marked up their prices. Okay, so for example, let's look at this example. A store pays $70 for a bicycle. Okay, so that's how much the store bought that bicycle for. So how much you're buying the bicycle for is how much the store paid for that bicycle. The percent of markup is 20%. So at this particular store, they marked up the price 20%. So now that we know what that is, what is the selling price? Okay, so again, our answer equals the percent times the whole. Again, the answer is our part. Okay, we're looking for the part again. Okay, because we know our whole, which is 70%. We know our percent, it's not 70%, I apologize. We know our whole, which is $70, and we know our percent, which is 20%. And so we're looking for that part. Okay, so the answer would equal, and remember the percent, I'm going to write it again because sometimes we forget, the percent is going to be a decimal. Okay, so the answer, or the part, is going to equal 20% in decimal form is 0 and 20 hundredths, or 2/10. And again, I got that because I got the decimal here and I moved it two place values to the left. That's our left, right? That's the left. That is the left. Okay. 0 and 20 hundredths times our whole, which is 70. So let's do that multiplication really quick. I want to make sure I have enough room here. So let's write it off to the side here. So 70 times, let's put it at 0 and 20 hundredths. So 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 7 is 0, add a 0 place value here, 0 times 2 is 0, 7 times 2 is 14. Count the place values, again, because we're working with decimals, move the decimal 2 times to the left, and that's 14. So now we know that is how much money that the store is going to charge extra, okay, because the markup of the store is 20%. Okay, so this is not where we're stopping. Okay, $14 is the markup. That's how much money, extra money, you're going to be paying for this particular item, which is a $70 bicycle. Okay, so the next part is to find the selling price. So the selling price is going to equal the cost to store. So how much the store paid for that item plus the markup. And the markup, as we figured out, is this price right here because it's a 20% markup. So the cost to store is $70, because that's how much the store paid for this bicycle, plus the markup, which is $14. 70 plus 14 is 4, 7 plus 1 is 8. So the selling price, or how much the store is charging for this bicycle that they paid $70 for, is $84. You're spending an extra $14 so that the store can earn a profit from this bicycle. Okay, so again, I'm going to go over it really quick. You found the 20% is the markup of how much the store is going to be charging for a $70 bicycle that they paid for. They paid $70 for this bicycle. They're going to charge a 20% of $70 extra so they can earn a profit. Because remember, if you look at the back of your paper, markup is to make a profit. Stores charge more than what they pay. The markup is the increase from what the store pays to the selling price. Okay, so we found the selling price by figuring out 20% of 70 is 14. Then we added that to how much the store paid for that bicycle, which is 70. So 70 plus 14 equals $84, and that's our selling price. So $84 is how much the bike is sold at the store. So that's how much the bike is sold at the store, is $84. That's how much you're going to be paying at the store for this bicycle. The store paid $70, but they're charging you $14 extra so they can earn a profit because their markup, again, is 20%. So you have $84. Okay, so now that you know how to do this, and again, if there's parts of it that you don't understand, rewind the video, look over it again. That's the beauty of these YouTube videos, is that you can rewind it, you can watch it again, slow down parts, look at the captions, see what you might not be understanding. If you still don't understand it, raise your hand and ask me, and I'll try to answer your question as best as I possibly can. Okay, so now that you know how to do this, I want you to move on to the try this. A store pays $50 for a skateboard. The markup is 10%. What is the selling price? Okay, so you're going to figure out what the selling price is for a skateboard that the store paid $50 for, and the markup is 10%. I don't know what just fell off my desk, but that's the sound. Anyway, do this, try this, and again, I will be stamping the try this part. So you're going to be looking for 3 stamps on these notes, okay? 1 for each try this, and there's 3 try this problems on these notes. So you need to be getting 3 stamps to get full credit for these notes, okay? And again, if you have questions, raise your hand and I'll answer them as fast as I possibly can. Once you have finished these notes, you'll have an assignment waiting for you afterwards, okay? And then you'll check in, and once you finish that assignment, you'll have some other things that you'll have to do, okay? So go ahead and do this to finish this, try this, and review any other parts of this worksheet that you don't, these notes that you don't understand, and apply this information to the worksheet that you'll be getting next, okay?